Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. A warm welcome to Worktech London. My name is Philip Ross. I'm the founder of Worktech and Unwired, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Level 39 for our 11th Worktech in London. And we have a fantastic 2 days, I think, of exciting presentations, of stimulating debate, wonderful success stories and case studies from all over the globe. We have speakers who've travelled from Australia, from the States, from Asia and elsewhere. So I hope you'll get a fantastic, rich and diverse 2 days. And I can't think of anyone better to guide you through that first day than David Firth, who'll be our chair for today. Now, David I met 15-ish years ago, he reminded me, in London, when he was writing a book called The Corporate Fool. And when someone calls you up saying, I'm writing a book called The Corporate Fool, can we have a chat? You just don't say no, do you? And he taught me that the fool is actually quite an important person and role in corporate life. Not only is the fool the confidant of the king, but of course the corporate fool is and performs the role of jester. So I can think of no one better to chair a conference than David Firth. Please welcome him to the stage.
Thank you, Philip. I did forget my hat, though. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good to be in the room now that we are here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Philip. I spoke at the very first Worktech London all those years ago in 2003, and I know this event, as I'm sure you do, to be a unique event in bringing together people in architecture, office design, technology, and the human side of organizations. So I hope you're going to have a fascinating day. It is a beautiful view out there. As the sun comes out, it's going to get even more beautiful. But whatever happens with the weather, I hope we can provide you with a fascinating and stimulating day. Before I go any further, I do want to do the important job of recognizing our sponsors, to our knowledge partners, Level 39, and we're going to hear from Claire in just a few moments. Our platinum sponsors, Johnson Controls and Herman Miller. Our gold sponsors, CBRE, Stelgers, Barco and Howarth. Our silver sponsors, Orange Box, Liquid Space, Condeco, Woods Backup and DTZ. Our bronze sponsors, EMS and Knoll. And our official VIP dinner sponsor, Mighty, and our host, Genslers. We have also had some supportive partners in the Building Futures Group, PFM, Innovate, and Office Insight. So thank you to all of those sponsors. A little round of applause, please, for them would be great. You know what this program is. I am not going to spend any time describing it. I'm sure you've read this in advance and you know what you're here for. A little note to those of you who are in the unconference stream, which is the first time we've run, I believe, the unconference stream. When I finish my little bit before Claire comes on, if you're in the unconference this morning, if you move out to the lobby there will be some people who will guide you to the place where the unconference is happening alongside this conference. I do want to draw your attention to this as a way of encouraging you to interact with our exhibitors. Please, can you reach into your bags? The free bag that you get has got lots of stuff inside it. Can I ask you to go inside that bag now and bring out two things? One is this piece of paper, which has a picture of the iPad mini, which someone will win at the end of this conference. And just to prove it to you, it exists, it has weight and mass, it is real. And this will be drawn, and the winner will receive this at the end of tomorrow's conference. So bring out that, and also please bring out a little notepad and a pen. All right. So what we want you to do in between sessions during the coffee breaks is to go to the exhibitors and ask them questions. There are instructions here. You ask each exhibitor a question, you get the right answer, and if you get all the right answers and you get drawn out, tomorrow the iPad mini will be yours. And on your piece of paper, what I'd like to do, on your notepad, I have a book in production at the moment, coming out next year, called Change Your Organization One Word at a Time. It's a book about stories, it's a book about narrative, it's a book about sense-making, it's a book about language. And the fact that any one word could change your life. Those of us who are married, the yes changed our lives. So any one word might change your life, and any one word today might change the course of your business. So just to get you into the thinking space of what this event is going to be for you today, I'd like you to write down on your piece of paper, your notepad, 3 words. The first word What comes to mind when I ask you, what is your work? What is your work? You may describe it as the job title, I'm a consultant, or I'm a managing director. Or you might say it's the experience of it, which is like stressful, or it's fun. What is your work? Word number 2, what is a word that you are most looking to get some insight into today from this conference? What word sums up what you are most looking for from today? And the third word, don't overthink this. First thing that comes to mind, what is most important to you as a human being? One of your core values. What is most important to you? Write it down, don't think about it. First word that comes to mind. So you should have in your notepad 3 words. And just before we start, I'd like you to introduce yourself to the person sitting next to you. Or if you know them very well, the person sitting next to them who you don't know very well. Don't yet talk about your words. We'll come back to those words at the first break. But just introduce yourself and say hello to that person sitting next to you. Because we are going to be talking to each other during the day. Wonderful. Thank you very much. So before we break for the coffee break, I will be asking you to talk to that person about what you've got from the morning session and how it relates to your 3 words. Yeah. Because it is very important, of course, that you have a good experience from the front of the room, that you get some great speakers and some great insight. But of course, what actually happens is how we talk about things and what sense we make of things. And I can see the conversation has already started. Terrific. Okay, ladies and